Hi everyone. So I hope you are getting comfortable as soon as we are proceeding ahead. So now till now we have seen enough examples of for loops, but today we'll see how we can make use of for loops with the help of strings. So let's get started with the video. Till now we have made the use of for loops with strings. I'll tell you in few minutes after the end. I means at the end of this video. For now, let's say I have a variable name var in which it consists of my name as a string where Divyansh. What I want to do is I want to print each and every character of my name. So what I can do is I can go for loop for I in. I'll put in a string here Divyansh and I'll print I. So what this means is that this I will go with each and every letter of this string Divyansh. So it will go for D. For if I equals to D, I have given it the instruction to print D. If I becomes now I, so now it will print I. Now I becomes V, it will be print V. If I print it, you can see the result is printing. It is not necessary that means I can do anything with for loop. It is not necessary that I have to print a specific letter. I can also go for print. Let's say I just want to print Python, and just for better clarity, what I do is I'll use make of string formatting. I'll put here I, so it will give me what the value of I is currently. So you can see when I equals to D, it is printing Python D. When I is equals to I, it is printing Python I. When I equals to V, it is printing Python V. So this is how a for loop works in strings. Okay, I'll change it to I again. And again, if I go, now this will only print the value of I. So each time I values is changing to D, I, V, Y, A, N, S, H. Correct. Now, because I have created a variable which already contains my name as a string, so it's better to go for easier methods. I'll just use the variable name here for I in var, because variable stores my name Divyansh strings in the string from, and I'll print I. It will give me same result, but I'll not have to write my string again and again this time. I'll just simply write a variable name. Okay. Again, I can do the same thing. What I can do is Python Python. So this time also I'll get the same result, Python D, Python I. So this is how we can work with strings in the and the for loop. Now let's go to an example of assignment 8 which we have already solved. How we have solved it? We have solved it using this code, right? We have created this code. I have already explained you this code very beautifully. Now there's a easy method, because now we know how we can go for loops using in strings. In this case, what we did was let me tell you first the using easy method here. I have written down here. So here what I'm doing is, in this case what we did was, in the previous example, in the previous case when I showed you, we were using a range function with the help of for. In for loop we were using a range function. Now here what I'll do is, I have a variable name press which is asking any again pressure values ps. I just changed the language here. More and less the output will be same. So this is a variable name. Now this time what I'll do is, again I'll create let's say another variable. Let's say this time I just create add. It contains the value of 0. Now if I run for loop, this time I'll run this for loop inside of the variable only, this pressure here, this press variable which contains my string of 1 2 3 4. I'm taking the same example. I'll enter 1 2 3 4 because I haven't used the integer here, int here, so it will be in a string from I, as you know. So for I, now this string I want to run my for loop in this string only, so this will be for I in press it basically means for I in 1 2 3 4 string. What I'll do is, inside add, I'll add plus, now I'll add integer value of I. Now afterwards I exit the for loop and I'll print the final value of add. It will ask me first thing, and I'll do 1 2 3 4, and it gives me the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Now let's see what is happening here. In the previous case, in the previous example, we did the range function, and we were converting it to integer of all the values of string. We were converting into integer using string indexing, right? But now I have told you that we can also use for loops inside strings, so there is no need to use range function here. You can just simply go for here for I in pressure. It basically means this I will iterate over 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, which is a string, right? So let's say if I is iterating first time, it will give me the string 1. If it is now afterwards, it will give me string 2, and afterwards it will gives me string 3, and so on, and afterwards it will give me string 4. Great. Now what is happening? The initial value of add is 0. My pressure value, I have assumed that it is 1 2 3 4. For I in pressure, so in the first scenario, my I is 1, that is string 1, right? I can simply just convert this 1 into integer by using this. So this I here, I means I'm converting string I, that is value of 1, to an integer, and simply add it to the 0, which is the initial value. And this is how this loop will continue till the end, until we reach the value of I equals to 4. So this is a lot easier method when we have using string. So this is how we can go for string using for loops. So this is very much about this video, and I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.